Nearly 99% of men never hear this truth. Those first 60 minutes after you wake up can either rebuild your masculinity or slowly break it down little by little without you even noticing. In that short window, the decisions you make determine whether your circulation stays strong or begins to decline, whether your reflexes stay sharp or begin to dull, whether your confidence grows or quietly slips away. And here's what most men over 60 are never told. It's not only about low testosterone, and it's not simply aging. For most men, the real root cause is poor circulation, and it begins with a few small, easily overlooked habits you repeat every morning without thinking. I'm Dr. Amelia Hayes, a board-certified urologist. For more than 2 decades, I've helped thousands of men restore their vitality, rebuild real confidence, and reconnect deeply with their partners. And in this video, I'm going to reveal a simple 4-step morning routine that floods your body with oxygen, balances essential hormones, sharpens your reflexes, and helps you feel like yourself again. No pills, no devices, no gimmicks. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe and tap the notification bell so you don't miss important men's health videos like this. And if this topic hits home for you, drop a 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. I'd still like to hear from you. Stay with me until the very end, because I'm going to share one little-known adjustment that helped a 64-year-old patient of mine regain steady performance and full confidence in just 7 days. But first, let's clear up the #1 myth right now. Your manhood relies on healthy blood flow, period. Every signal, every physical response, every surge of confidence, all begins with your blood vessels' ability to open up, flow freely, and deliver nutrients. When that ability weakens, so does your vitality. And the primary culprit is something called endothelial dysfunction. This happens when the inner lining of your blood vessels stops functioning properly. Your body produces less nitric oxide, the molecule that tells your arteries to relax and expand. Without enough nitric oxide, your arteries stiffen, blood can't circulate efficiently, and symptoms start showing up. It begins with decreased drive, lower energy, slower reflexes, and most men are simply handed pills that hide symptoms instead of fixing the actual root cause. Let me give you an example. Joe, one of my longtime patients, is 68 years old. When he first came to see me, he was quiet, a bit embarrassed. He said, "I just don't feel like myself anymore." He missed the spark with his wife, the connection, the pride he once had as a man. He said it felt like his body was slowly closing the door on him. But after just 3 weeks of focused circulation work and a simple morning routine, Joe came back into my office with color in his face and light in his eyes. He looked at me and said, "I feel alive again, present, capable." And I knew right then, he wasn't alone, because study after study confirms what I see daily in my practice. Morning activity boosts nitric oxide, improves blood vessel function, and can even reverse endothelial dysfunction, even in your later years. And here's something even more serious. Erectile issues aren't just about intimacy. They are one of the earliest warning signs of cardiovascular trouble. In fact, they often show up 3 to 5 years before heart disease becomes noticeable. By the time you hit your 60s, blood vessel dilation can drop by over 50%. A healthy man in his 20s might have 7 to 8% flow dilation, but by age 60, that can fall to just 3 to 4%, a level that doctors classify as vascular impairment. A drop to 4% isn't a small change, it's a biological slowdown. And no level of desire can fight against that. You can have all the motivation in the world, but if your blood flow can't deliver, nothing happens. Think of it like a firefighter ready to put out flames. He's trained, capable, and prepared, but if the hose is kinked or the water pressure is weak, he still can't do the job. That's exactly why men who only focus on raising libido wind up disappointed. The real key has always been circulation. The good news? Blood vessels can repair themselves. Endothelial cells respond quickly to the right signals, especially first thing in the morning when your hormones are active. Cortisol naturally rises at dawn and your blood vessels are primed to respond. Studies reveal that certain morning habits can boost nitric oxide levels by up to 21% in just weeks. That means better blood flow, faster reflexes, and stronger sexual performance, naturally. Nitric oxide is the body's master switch for circulation. It tells your arteries when to open and how much pressure to maintain. But here's the challenge. By age 70, nitric oxide levels can fall by up to 75%. Thankfully, that decline doesn't have to be permanent. You can restore nitric oxide using targeted movement, specific breathing techniques, and natural nutrients. And that's exactly what my 4-step morning routine is built to do. Before I give you the steps, I want to make one thing absolutely clear. Real change starts in your mindset. If you've accepted that decline is inevitable, you've already lost half the battle. Your morning routine either activates your circulation or it silently pushes it deeper into decline. And for men past 60, this morning window is critical. The problem? Most men unintentionally make choices that hurt them before the day even begins. Take Dr. Michael Harrison, a respected internal medicine doctor. For over 30 years, his mornings never changed. Roll out of bed, drink a cup of coffee, eat toast, take a quick shower, rush to work. By the time he turned 62, he was exhausted by noon. His mental clarity faded. His drive dipped. He blamed aging. But after examining his own habits, he saw it clearly. His routine had worked against him for years. He did nothing to support circulation, nothing to help hormone balance. And he unknowingly drained his own energy. Between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m., several powerful things happen in a man's body. Testosterone hits its daily peak. Cortisol rises to manage alertness and metabolism. Blood vessels become more sensitive to nitric oxide. According to clinical studies, the exact same health routine can be up to 3 times more effective when it's done in the morning instead of later in the day. But here's how most men start their day. Eyes open, first move is reaching for the phone. A rush of news, emails, or stress hits the brain and throws off your natural cortisol rhythm. Then it's straight to the kitchen, coffee on an empty stomach. Maybe a sugary pastry? Maybe nothing. No hydration. No nutrients. And then straight into a chair, in the car, at a desk, or on the couch. This chain reaction is a silent disaster. Your blood stays thick from overnight dehydration. Stress hormones spike from screen time and caffeine. Processed food or no food at all destroys metabolic balance. Inflammation begins to build. And worst of all, you're still sitting. Your heart is forced to work harder just to pump thicker blood. Instead of relaxing, your blood vessels tighten. The natural rise in testosterone gets blocked by stress chemistry. Nitric oxide remains suppressed. And all of this creates a hormonal and circulatory crash that sticks with you throughout the day. Let me show you what happens when those habits are changed. Step 1. Sunlight exposure. Gordon, age 66, worked as an accountant. His mornings were quiet, repetitive, and always rushed. Coffee, emails, a quick bite, and straight to his desk. He told me he felt exhausted before lunchtime and distant from his partner by evening. We made small adjustments. He stepped outside each morning for 10 minutes of sunlight. He practiced deep breathing for 5 minutes. He lightly stretched his hips and legs. And instead of sugar, he switched to a protein-based breakfast. In just 3 weeks, Gordon began waking up naturally, without an alarm. His energy stayed steady, his motivation returned, and his mood leveled out. His lab work even confirmed it. Testosterone increased by 18%, while inflammation markers dropped by 30%. That's the effect of simple targeted changes. Step 1. Morning sunlight exposure. Spend 10-15 minutes outside within the first hour after waking. No sunglasses, no looking through glass. Natural sunlight resets your brain's master clock and puts your hormones back in rhythm. Testosterone, cortisol, melatonin. It also triggers nitric oxide release in the skin and blood vessels. One study found that consistent morning sunlight raised testosterone by 25% in just 2 weeks. For added benefit, include light stretching or a relaxed walk. Step 2. Diaphragmatic breathing. Take 5 minutes to do slow belly breathing, 5 breaths per minute. Inhale through your nose for 6 seconds, hold for 2, exhale through your mouth for 6. This lowers cortisol, steadies your heartbeat, and increases nitric oxide in your nasal passages, widening blood vessels by up to 20%. Step 3. 1 micro set of strength exercise. Choose 1 compound movement, bodyweight squats, push-ups, or step-ups. Perform 8-12 slow, controlled repetitions. The goal isn't soreness, it's to tell your body to produce testosterone and keep your muscle tissue activated. Step 4. Testosterone-boosting breakfast. Eat 2 or 3 eggs, spinach with olive oil, half an avocado, and berries. This combination delivers protein, healthy fats, magnesium, and zinc. Everything your body uses to make testosterone and support healthy circulation. If you don't get much sunlight, add 800 to 2000 IU of vitamin D3. When you stack these steps within the first 30-60 minutes of your morning, You send strong signals to your body. Blood vessels open. Hormones balance. Energy stays high. Over time, your stamina increases, your sleep improves, and your confidence quietly returns. This isn't some quick trick. It's a reset, and it works because it aligns with your body's